What's up, guys? How we doing? How we doing? We are 350 out, by the way, from the close up of Big Bar 32. And we've got some work to do. Did everybody have a tremendous day yesterday? Sorry I missed you. Gave you a heads up on Monday. That's how it went. We had a great Ram Lab yesterday afternoon, but yesterday in general was motherfucker of a trading day. It was really a good day. So, let's see if we can get some work done here today. What's up? What's good? How we doing? All right. John News, what's up, guys? All right. I think we're good, man. 3 minutes out. So, I've got, of course, the Apex accounts loaded up. I've got the My Funded Futures loaded up. Take Profit loaded up. Lucid loaded up. Let's see what we can get done here today. I'm excited. I am excited. Taz, how we doing? Manuel? I almost said Mango. Manuel, how we doing? All right, we'll see how 32 closes up. We're halfway through the bar. Get everything adjusted here. All right, so looking at this now, honestly, I'm a little bit concerned that we end up seeing this. But I was trading this channel until we got this pull-in back to bar 30. Then it really starts looking more like a trading range, doesn't it? So, we'll see what we can do. Jonathan says, what's up, brother? Turning the big 30 today. My man. My man. Don't get all psyched out about it. Remember, growing up, you think 30's like fucking ancient. And then you get older and you're like, Jesus, dude. You're not getting started until you're about 37. All right, minute 10 out. Carzan, doing well, brother. John, wait until you're 73 like me. 73. Just a pup, big dog. Mike, how are we? Good to see you guys. All right. We have got work to do. What I need to do here is I'm doing great in the take profits, but there's one account that I could work on. It's just a 50K. So I apologize if I have to. Actually, you know what? I don't fucking apologize. I got work to do in a 50K account. We're going to trade small in a 50K account, and you're going to deal with it. I've got work to do in the Apex accounts and a little bit in the Lucids. Maybe a 50K My Funded Futures. I don't know. We got plenty to do. We got plenty to do. So let's see. 32 is going to close up inside the wick high of 27. To me, again, I mean, there's a couple arguments. You could make the argument for a very soft bull channel. I think it makes more sense to make the argument for a sideways range. Sideways, yeah, I mean, look, like I said, there's a huge argument for a soft bull channel. The problem is I don't imagine the bulls are going to be able to take it far, at least right now, above the wick high of bar 27 right here. If the bulls snap up like 384-ish, 29, 384, it wouldn't surprise. I don't want this to be the case, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if we see this. So You know, I mean, being though that is about, what, 90 points wide? With an ATR of 38, we're fine. Question, if you use, let's say, a 3-minute chart, you use the same rules as a 5-minute chart as far as inside closes, etc. Well, the truth is I use RAM on any chart at all, on really any instrument. Now, some instruments like commodities, there's going to be a little bit of nuance involved. If you go to lower time frames, there's going to be a little nuance involved, but yeah, it's the same. It's the same. If you look at any chart, you remove the price, you remove the time, assuming there's enough data in each individual bar, like you're not trying to look at a 30-second chart on, you know, I don't know, energy or something, you're going to have a hard time telling me what time frame it is, because it's going to look extremely similar. A 15-minute chart on Nasdaq, remove price, remove time, might be hard to believe. You're going to have a hard time actually looking at it and saying, is that a daily chart or a 15-minute, or is that an hourly? I don't know. I think that kind of tells you everything you need to know here. Ed, my man! Big dog! DK, good to see you, brother. How we doing? How we doing? All right, 33. Whole bunch of nothing here on 33. I gotta see how we take out the wick high at 27. Gamma, big man, how we doing? It is a fine day to be participating in the greatest playing field on this planet. Nasdaq futures specifically. Let's see how bar 33 tests this wick high at 27. No range now. No range. Kid Poker says just goes up endlessly no matter what. Let me ask you a question. Did you try to get short? Thomas, how we doing? All right, now I gotta tell you here, we're a minute 17 out. And even if we close just above the wick high at 27, you know what concerns me is just a quick fade right back, maybe not quick, but a fade right back into the trading range. You know, you don't love to see it. You say, yep, I went short, now I'm trapped. You gotta get on the ram train, big dog. All right, 42 seconds. These numbers below the bars. All it is, see number 1? It's counting bars since the New York Open. That's it. All right, 25 seconds. Let's see how 33 closes. You know, again, even if we close above the wick high at 27, I'm looking at this. Well, should I take the early trade? Let's take the early trade because risk on that bar is small. And I'm going to do it in the Apex accounts if I can get a fill. How about that? That makes logical sense to me. If the bulls want to take it, I will risk the wick low at 33. I'm a fucking adult. I can take the early trade if I want to. Ain't that right? Alright, ATR 37. Now, if the bears end up fading this guy right back into the range, then we get our answer, don't we? Trading range. But I'll pop out the early trade. Yeah, bulls are going to hesitate. They're going to hesitate, at least a little bit. You know that's coming. Ed says, Nico, I put on 20 pounds since watching you trade. Oh, my wallet can keep up. Might have to buy more evals using code BIG. It's crazy, man. Yeah, every 2 weeks approximately. So, this is a long discussion, but every 2 weeks approximately, my wife and I, mostly for me, of course, we prep 45 pounds of chicken and 25 pounds of a lean steak. And that lasts about 2 weeks. So 70 pounds of meat, mostly for me. I don't know. I mean, you can outsource that shit. We've done that plenty of times. It just is so much better when you do it yourself. I go back and forth. Well, go on, you bulls! Bears trying to pull it back in. Don't you do it, Bears. Karzan says New York strip or ribeye. I love, honestly, ribeyes are, they're good. Unpopular opinion, ribeyes, for me, they're a little fatty. Like, I'm eating it and I'm like, it's really good. And then you get to the middle of it, it's like, oh man, it's kind of, I don't know, it's a little too much. Especially like not a really great quality ribeye, which is a lot of ribeyes. They're a little fatty in that middle section. It's a little, I don't know. I love New York strips, but for the prep, it's too much. It's too much fat. I mean, we typically do either a top sirloin or a flank. It's just for regular meals. It's not like I'm sitting down to like a freshly cooked New York strip 3 times a day. No, like this is like chopped up in a bowl with rice. Dog food type shit. But it tastes good. It's delicious. Chicken is the utility food, of course. Just kind of, it's good. Season it up with some herbs or whatever, throw it on a grill. Get it in. Well, ATR is 35 and the market's going nowhere. So if this keeps up, that ATR is going to be about 15 here. Which we do not want. So let's get this thing moving, man. Come on. Oh, chicken thighs. Damn straight. Damn straight. If you ever get tired of eating chicken breast or chicken tenderloins, do chicken thighs for a couple weeks. Oh, they're good. Well, damn, bulls. Let's go, man. Get up. 3 minutes left here on bar 35. ATR sitting 35. Oh, by the way, did I not mention new deal out of Apex starts today? It is with code BIG, B-I-G at Apex. 90% off. Single day pass. The activation fee on the 50K intraday drawdown accounts is discounted pretty heavily. It's down to 69 bucks. So hit it, big dog. And by the way, the Take Profit Trader deal, that's this week only. So you got a few more days left on that. That is their flash sale they're running right now. It's on the screen. Take Profit Trader, same code, code BIG, 50% off and no activation fee. The activation fee is 130 bucks at Take Profit Trader. So you'll pay half price when you buy the eval, and then when you pass the eval, they'll activate it for free if you used code BIG. Ends at the end of the week. All right, there you go, bulls. Get it pushing. Get it pushing. ATR is 36. All right. There you go, bulls. Boom, better than a half ATR scalp there. Out in the Apex accounts. Let the copier flatten. And it's flat. And moving on. All right, we'll break the ice with that. How's that sound? Little guy. Keep it moving. All right, so I'm eyeing now these Lucid accounts. That Take Profit Trader 50K I got to do some work in. Still got to do more work in the Apex accounts. We got a lot to do, man. Javaz, my man. Quick question. They say, pass my Take Profit Trader accounts. Do I have to wait for the following trading day in order for them to flip? You mean flip into fundeds, into pro accounts? You have to, with Take Profit Trader, you gotta wait until typically later that night for everything to update. Skeeto says, at Apex, do you still trade the intraday? Honestly, I have traded both. Their new accounts, and of course, the legacy accounts for a long time. I don't really care, to be honest with you. You know, I'm sure it makes a huge difference if you're somebody who trades too big. But for me, in Apex fundeds like 50Ks, for example, I'm only trading somewhere between, depending on volatility, usually 2 to 5 micros per account. So whether it's the newer accounts with end of day or the trailing, I don't notice too much of a difference, really. So it's like, if you have to buy new accounts, just get whichever one's cheaper. Who gives a shit? But if you're somebody who's, you know, trading a little too big, maybe, in Apex, that end of day is going to be nice. Or, you know, if you just want to be able to press intraday once you build a buffer, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. If you're still below the actual buffer in the account. I don't know. For me, I really don't notice that much of a difference. I don't really care. Give me either or. Who gives a shit? All right, so well, I'm not looking for effectively any reason to get long. Now, the issue here is, you see this? That's a relatively aggressive. It's not aggressive yet, but it's trying to be. It's not such a soft bull channel, right? So it's a relatively aggressive bull channel, which means that pull-ins, small to moderate bear bodies in the lower third, they start getting a little far away from the most recent obvious wick curls to use to manage risk. So it doesn't mean it is too far away. It just starts getting to look that way. So again, while I'm looking for kind of any good reason to get long, it's got to be either a reasonable continuation trade or something I can make logical sense of for a limit order reversion scalp in the lower third of the channel. So that's what's on my mind right now. 2 minutes out from the close of 36. Okay. Okay, so here's what's going to happen here. I'm watching 36. If we can get a close above the wick high of 35, I'm going to get long in the Apex accounts if I can get a fill on a stop limit buy. And I'm eyeing up a trade here in 150K Lucid account funded. Fuck, this 36 is really hesitating. "15 seconds out. You kidding me? Inside close? All right, bar 37. Let's see. Let's see. What I will do is put that order, you see that? That's a stop limit buy in the Lucid account. I'm not going to do that in the Apex because we got an inside close, but if the Bulls want it, I at least want to get involved in one of my Lucid fundeds. So I'll see if they can take that. And they're really hesitating. What in the f... Well, I guess that order's staying out for now. Main focus right now is on these Apex. Got work to do in these. Man, what a stupid design on trade. Well, actually, here, I can do this. There we go. All right, so I pulled the order. This fucking arrow. Get rid of this. I don't want that shit on there. Gets in the way, big dog! Is there a way to delete that, by the way? Does anyone know that in Tradevate? I'm a little newer to Tradevate. So bar 35's jump while it treated me well on that Apex trade, it is now kind of causing some issues here. Because it really put some distance, and now it's trying to turn that, you know, softer but trying to get more aggressive bull channel, not so soft, into more of a bull trend. But now that the bulls are hesitating up top, 36, 37, it leaves us in a little bit of a weird spot. Still, I'm looking for any good reason to get long. 236 out here from the close of 37. So let's see. Come on, bulls, you fucking babies. Let's go, man. Minute 35 out. Bulls still can't pop it up through. Nico, does the overnight high have anything to do with your decision making right now? Nope, I don't care that much. Overnight highs and lows, are they, you know, is it just ridiculous to look at them at all? No, of course not. But, you know, they're low volume opinions. This is the New York session, big man. That's how I think of it, at least. Okay, 15 seconds out here from the close bar 37. Still eyeing this in the Lucid. Okay, there we go. So I'm watching for the close in Apex. In Lucid, I'm sitting long now. And I'm going to put my stop right beneath the wick low of 36. So you know that that's going on. I'll leave it here for a second. Now, by the way, I want to watch if 38 closes nice and clean. Then I got a stop limit buy for the bulls and the Apex counts. So we'll see what's up here. This is just one mini. It's 150K funded Lucid. Any reason to get long right now is what I'm looking at. Willis, how we doing? Trevor? Patrick? Yeah, these numbers. Counting bars since New York Open. So we got a minute 50 left here on bar 38. Hesitation here out of the bulls. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see if they can lock up a nice clean close here, maybe out of 38, if not 39. Oh, man! You know, ATR, it's 37, but this feels slower than 37, doesn't it? You're getting bars like 35 here, propping it up. Alright, there's the rollover. Open at bar 39. We'll see if this turns into a little trading range here. It's early to say, obviously. Question, thoughts on TakeProfitTrader? What type of trader would it be good for? I've always said I think TakeProfitTrader is the best if your goal here is I need to start paying bills with trading. I need to be part-time. My goal really is to go full-time as a trader. Take profit with daily payouts. I think it's your best place to start because you need money coming into the bank in order to do those things, correct? When it's time to make the numbers big, really big, you gotta go to Apex. Scale that shit to 10, 15, 20 accounts. Keep trading TakeProfitTrader, but scale it. Multiple props now. But when you're just getting started, like, you need money coming in. So go to TakeProfitTrader, take daily payouts, get a little bit of stability, get some actual revenue coming in from your trading, and then scale. Come on, Bulls. Let's get a little confidence going. Steve, what you're looking at here is Tradeovate, and home base over here is Ninja Trader. How long does it usually take for funds to hit your bank account after being approved on Apex? I've had it all over the board. Anywhere from a couple of days to a few weeks. It can take time. But you know what? It always hits. It always hits. So don't worry about it. It'll come. That's been my experience. It always hits, man. Just keep trading in the meantime. There's nothing you can do about it. Skeptic, is Tradevate web-based? You can use it either web-based or they have a downloadable app. Or an actual software that you can use on your PC. Either way. Oh man, let's go, Bulls. ATR is starting to fall a little. We're sitting at 34, maybe 35-ish. We got 48 seconds out here till the rollover of bar 39. This is bar 39 into the open of 40. You got a 5-minute chart. Bartlett finally becoming somewhat profitable after years of staring at charts. Right now, if I can make $1,000 a day, I'm happy. Hey man, $1,000 a day on average would make most people pretty damn happy. Especially as a starting point, you know? You can average that out, 250 trading days, about $250,000 a year. For a lot of people, that'd take the pressure off. Well, this is ridiculous, Bulls. You got a bunch of babies driving the bull train. Hey, man, if you haven't yet, I appreciate you hitting the like button. Question. Hello there. What is the Get Daily Payout? Daily payouts at Take Profit Trader. It means that if you make profit, above the buffer, of course, in your funded account, you can request profit every day. It gets approved. You hit the button. It's in your bank. Gum says big fall incoming. Appreciate the support, big dog. Thanks, man. At this point, I kind of hope you're right, because we'd get some volatility going. ATR falling down to 33. man. Look at this. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Now single bar, sideways trading range. Gotta let it play out. Born Trader says, afternoon, Tomb videos have been fire, great stuff, my man. We love it. John, is all-time high your take profit? No, sir. All right, so I got my risk managed, of course, below the wick low here of bar 36. See what the bears got. I've still got work I got to do in my funded futures, a take profit account, other Lucid accounts, over in the Apex accounts. We're slanging, dude. All right, well, ATR, you know, we're into the 31s, man. On the ATR, look at this. Bar 41, you got 245 out. We need this little sideways range to snap up. Because right now, the most important thing is not this one little trade. The most important thing here is that we need to maintain volatility. There you go, Bulls. Now pop it through, baby. Let's go. Get up and go. Break even on the trade. Bulls, time to go, baby. Do you use Bookmap for order flow? No. No. What do I need Bookmap for? I have price action, big man. The OG, straight to the source. Okay, so we got 3 minutes, 15 seconds out until this bar 42, closes up on a 5-minute NQ chart. Bulls are trying to take us outside of this newly formed single bar sideways range. Of course, having some trouble, little hesitation. All right, minute 20 out here till 42 closes. And, you know, I'll tell you what. Well, I don't know if it's going to close clean. Even if it does close clean, I think I'm going to leave my stop just because that trading range can sometimes act as a magnet. And I would prefer for me to be wrong, at least in this account, that this thing has to snap up the whole range. Which is the wick low of 36, which is where my stop is. So let's see what these bulls got. Bearish trying to pull us back in, that's all right. There you go. Full R on this trade, by the way, would be great. Also watching, 43 here. Look at this. Watching 43 here in the Apex accounts. We'll see if we get a reasonable close. Question, you think moving stop loss to break even will be good? Do whatever you want. I'm not going to. Sounds great, right? I can protect my profit. Yeah, well, you're also simultaneously changing probability in a massive way, so take your pick. Nothing you do as far as management like that is free. It'll show in your data, which is what so many newer traders do not understand. It'll show. It feels safe. It feels like the right thing to do. You get paid in the market to put on risk, correct? Moving your stop to break even is a thing to do when you're fearful of risk. Because you're trying to protect the profit that you currently have. Well, in doing so, you're changing the probability that the trade works, making it worse. Of course you are. And that's okay, by the way. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Just take your pick. For me on this trade, I'm leaving it. Because I do not care, big dog. Nathan says, I'm in a funk. Nico blew all my TakeProfitTrader accounts today. I was all excited because of my Life 20 Apex accounts, thinking about that first 30K payout. They're not blown yet, but I stopped out today. You know what? One set of accounts, you're not even going to remember long term in your career. Like who? I mean, I don't. I mean this in the best way. It happened. You're not going to remember this 2 years from now. Just dust yourself off and fucking go again. What else are you going to do? You know? Alright, there's a full R, so boot that out, book it, and let's see. Let's see what we get out of 44 here. God, it's almost too easy. You know what I mean? All right, coming in by the way to 29,500. We'll keep an eye on that. Not that I care too much about that level. And let's see how it closes. 335 out. Watching it for the Apex accounts here. Panda, how we doing? Where's Christian at? Living Awesome says that took me from red to green. Thanks, Nico. We love it. We love it, my man. All right. 2.5 minutes out. Let's see how 44 closes up. Couple of trades so far. Couple of winners so far. Coming into 29.5, that's the counter argument here. For getting long if we get a nice clean close. Well, you know, the Bears stepping in here on 44. We got a minute 30 out, minute 25. Bears coming in, trying to wick this guy back. Christian, what's up? Silver and gold. Big man, how we doing? Michael, I don't know, dude. I've never had that. It hasn't happened to me. I don't know. I really don't know what to tell you. I've never had issues. All right, look at this. Look at this. Bears pulling 44 back in, closing it just inside the wick high of 43. All right, so I'll watch 45. I think we can get a nice clean close going here on 45. Hey, man, if you haven't yet, hey, I appreciate you hitting the like button here on the live stream. Or dislike, big dog. Whatever you're into, all types are welcome. If that's you, man, you said I'm gonna fucking hit dislike on a YouTube live stream. Do it, big dog. You know, I don't think I've ever hit dislike on a single video on the internet in my entire life. What a weird fucking thing to do. I've always thought it's so weird. I never. It's like if I don't want to watch something, don't watch it. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird, dude. All right, 342 out. Let's see how 45 closes up. I'm trying to get another trade here. Trade number 2 in the Apex account. So let's get me a nice clean close above the Wikia 44. Stop limit buy goes out. Bulls gobble it up. Take me, what, 600-700 points higher? I believe that's reasonable. Your favorite. Thank you for that long past my eval, my man. Big dog, I appreciate you. Good work. Now go kill it in the funded. Taz, do it. Do it. All right, so we're coming into 29.5. You know, I know it's there. I just don't really care that much. Panda says, I hit dislike once on a Rick Astley meme video. I got tricked by a certain gent we know with a trench coat. I think Big Chris, he's doing other things with a trench coat. He's in the park with his trench coat. We're having a nice picnic. Chris, here comes Chris. Right over the potato salad. Opening up that trench coat. That motherfucker. Did it more than once, too. Sick bastard. All right, let's see what 45 does here. 60 seconds out. They're coming right into 29.5. You know, I still gotta hit it if I get to close. You know, I still gotta hit it. All right, 25 seconds out. Go ahead and get that copy trader engaged. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, do you see that? You see how that always happens? This happens a lot. 45, last few seconds before the ball rolls over. The bar rolls over, pulls on back a little bit. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence at all. It's the little micro nuance of the market. I mean, it tells you a big story. So let's watch 46 here. Not to say I'm not, you know, of course, I'm still looking for any reason to get long. But give me a good reason. Question, getting long even though we're in price discovery? Can you help me understand? How do we know where to take profit on that? What's the level to aim for? I trade RAM, okay? It's price action. You know what? Not to say that you're doing this, Thomas, not at all. But let me talk to all you for a second. You know what a lot of like newer traders do? They learn a concept. Or, you know, even a pattern. And then what they'll do is they'll say, oh my God, you're getting short? Even though we're right above the 17 EMA? I don't know about that. And it's like, this is operating under the assumption that what you're saying is like just end all be all of relevance. The price action is the truth. Price action is king. Okay, now price discovery, a lot of people would define that as different things. You can't really define price action as different things. It just is what it is. On any chart, the price has been what it has been in the past. That's the truth. Price discovery, you know, a trading range to me is price discovery. A big trend you could also define as price discovery, just in a different way. A big trend, you could say it's trying to find the next area to range. In a range, you could say it's trying to determine should it go higher or lower. We're trying to discover what price. So that I don't like that term because everyone defines it a little differently, and it's like, what the fuck? Let's just go right back to price action. You know, the whole market really, every second of every day is price discovery, right? The market's trying to figure out how to most efficiently price itself. That's why it moves. You know, so I don't like that term. I think a lot of things, newer traders, again, even like older time traders, they just get sucked into a bunch of bullshit. It's like, just use your head for a second. What is real here? What price has been is real, and what it is right now. Looking at this chart, all this is a way to visualize what price has been, right? That's price action. And then for me, again, you don't have to trade RAM. I do. Fucking love RAM. Okay, I assess what is the context. Okay, and then I consider what's the environmental context been the last few weeks. Okay. Has it been high volatility trends, low volatility ranges, somewhere in between? Okay, fine. And then, you know, what is it right now? Context right now, we're clearly looking at more of a bull channel, if not more of a bull trend, okay? With some small ranges here and there. So I'd maybe call it more of a bull channel trying to turn into a more aggressive trend. We'll see. Great. So, any logical reason to get long? Cool. As long as I can make sense of the risk, I can make sense of the entry, great, I'm gonna hit it. I mean, you start throwing in, man. I don't know, dude. It's the most beautiful continuation setup I've ever seen, but oof. You zoom out to the 6-day chart, there's a big old head and shoulders, or, you know, I don't know, bear flag. It's like, dude, just, it's in front of you. Trade what's in front of you. And what's in front of me right now is a market that is tanking as far as ATR is concerned. ATR 26. Let's knock it down into the teens. Christian Big Dog, my man. All right, well, give me 2 minutes. Don't you go anywhere. It's an order. I mean it, big dog. All right, 2 minutes. Be right back. right. What's up? Welcome back. Bar 48, 2.5 minutes out. Let's see. Let's see if the bulls want to take this baby higher, or because eventually, you know, every trend typically, well, I should say most trends end in what? Before a reversal. What do they end in? A trading range, right? Typically. So let's see if that is coming here now, or if we still got, you know, 700 points to go. Obviously, we'd like it to continue, but it's not really up to us. Mario, Paul, what's up, guys? So, you know, ATR is now, we're at 27. I mean, what do you guys think? Is 29.5 the factor here, or is that a coincidence? It's not such a high tier level. It's an interesting level, but, you know, it's not 30,000. All right, we've got the high here, right ahead, 29,496. Now, of course, you know, we could continue higher. Right now, that is kind of the look. We could also see that or this become a thing. Even if we pop through 29.5, we could just very well fade back, turn it into a trading range. So I'm also thinking about that. You know, even that being the case, it's quite the logical trade, at least in one account, to just risk the wick low 48, see if the bulls, because again, I'm looking for any reason to get long. Right, I mean, look at this move. That's what we've been doing. That's what I'm going to keep doing until I'm very clearly, or we're very clearly no longer in a trend. So, yeah, so I'll tell you what. Here's a lucid. I'm going to hit that, put a stop there, just below. Okay, so I'm sitting long in that lucid now. Just leave that guy. Small risk, man, 22 points. Let's see if the bulls want to take me up through 29.5. Again, probability on that trade, is it the greatest? No. Reward risk is pretty damn good, though. So that's a logical thing I can do here. Still watching over here in Ninja for the Apex accounts. Still got some work to do in Take Profit and My Funded Futures. See if we can get to that. What I want to do is take a second, set another stop, and now I'm loaded. I'm loaded small risk in a 150. Outsized return to potential here, reward potential, I should say. Probability? Not great. That's the math here. And that's okay, big dog, but it'd be real nice if the bulls... What, about 29,750? I think that's probably a reasonable target. We'll see if we can get there. Yeah, Nathan, exactly. Traditional scalps, like, when through a RAM lens, I look at most bars, probably not every bar, most bars, I can make logical sense of at least a scalp. Not a traditional day trade or especially intraday swing, but a scalp, 100%. It starts getting a little bit tougher in single bar sideways trading ranges. But that's about it, man. That's about it. Pretty much every other bar. Once you get into the advanced stages of trading RAM, I think you can make sense of a scalp pretty much all the time. Now, that kind of freedom comes with a great responsibility. Because you can wreak havoc if you go off the rails. So, you know, if you look, at this big look here, sideways range, we also had that back here. They're getting tighter now. Closer together, meaning less of a leg higher. It's still fine. I'm still in the any reason to get long zone. All right, bulls. Well, we are on Big Bar 50. So let's see if Big 50 can maintain its lore here. Big 50-point pop would be nice right about now. Nathan says, the add-on you did the other day off the low candle, playing the continuation up, loved it. It's a logical thing to do, Nathan. Sometimes you'll end up in a situation where if you're in a channel, you take an entry, and then you can make good sense of a second entry for a lower probability, better reward to risk add. If you still have room in the account that you're trading, it's a logical thing to do to make that add. However, but most of you guys, straight up, I think you're trading a little too big to be able to do that consistently without blowing. But also, if you're ROI positive in your prop trading, then you already know the math of what you're doing, so do whatever you want. But if you're still trying to get to profitability, you know, I don't think, unless you're like starting with 1 micro or something, I really don't think adding is going to serve you too well. You just don't really have enough screen time to do logical things consistently. You'd probably be better served and make more money, at least in the beginning. 1 entry, 1 exit. Which is what I encourage most of you to do if you're not yet ROI positive. What a weird little trading range, man. ATR sitting 26. It's getting tight. It's getting tight. Average true range dumped off 2 points down to 24 on that bar rollover from 50 into 51. So these bulls can load up. Make a what, about 7th leg? We'll be sitting pretty in this lucid funded. Oh my goodness. Slow, slow, slow. Well, you know what, Bulls? I think it's about time to get up and go, dude. Time to get through 29.5. Get us away from this newer single bar sideways range. Brando says, got my wife an eval and she passed it on her first try. Yeah, you be careful. You be careful. She'll be slanging 45 fundeds. Taking payouts 4 times a week. I don't know, man. Is that gonna hurt the ego too much? I don't know. It's a good thing. Alright, well, break even on the trade here. Let's see if these bulls can take me higher. Well, what do you guys think, man? How are we sitting on this trade? Am I sitting pretty or am I cooked? I love it, because I know that I'm wound tight on this trade. Got a couple of minis, which, again, you know, it's not that big, you know, 150K. But risk is tight, and if the bulls can give me another leg, I've got a nice outsized reward to risk. Now they just got to do it. SD, hey man, I appreciate you, appreciate the support, big dog. Mario, it may be close to 50-50. But the reward to risk certainly isn't. Take profit, I don't know, maybe about, what do you guys think, 30K? News says only if you're getting soft. Do I really have to shoot for 35K? Don't you fucking talk me into it, I'll do it. Alright, bulls, go. Pop it. Obviously, 29.5 is kind of that region. It's the counter argument, which is also the high end of the single bar sideways trading range. Does your methodology work on the ES, and why do you prefer the NQ? Well, the way you trade it, I don't know if it'll work on any of it. The way I trade it, I can make it work on anything that has enough liquidity. I like NQ. You know why I like NQ? ES is what all the OGs traded. NQ is kind of the new age. It's the crazier, younger child of ES. It's also more popular, at least with people trading prop today. I like it. I like it. ES is definitely a little slower, but they're very similar. Just pick one. Or trade both. But you know what? If you're going to trade both, I think you're kind of diverting your attention, at least regularly. You're kind of diverting your attention for a very similar product. So, I don't know. Well, damn, Bulls, let's go, man! Does it look like I have all day? 29.5? You're starting to piss me off, buddy. Let's go. Big ol' single bar sideways range. By the way, ATR is down to 22.5. It's getting low. It's getting low. Volatility's really falling here now. Let's see if it heads down into the teens. If it does, you'll be the first to know. Again, sitting 22 for the average range of a 5-minute bar. That's points. 22 points. Nathan, thank you. Thank you, buddy. He said he's going to go short so that we skyrocket. I love it. I appreciate you doing that. So you want to be a day trader, huh, big dog? Look at this. How wide are we looking here? 30, 25 points, maybe? It's tight, dude. This thing feels wound up tight. I don't know. I really like my trade. But I've got work to do in other accounts, and this market's starting to fucking piss me off. Sideways, sideways. I need more entries, dude. We've got too many accounts to slang in. Double A, it's always worth it, big dog. We love it. Oh my god, you bulls. You bulls, you're killing me. Alright, by the way, there's the close of 53, bar 53 of the day. 5-minute chart, rolling over into the open of 54. Still sitting in break-even territory. Mario, I have not. Are they good? Gary, question, is it difficult to learn your methodology? I don't know. I think RAM is pretty simple, to be honest with you. The most difficult thing is to be able to apply the top-down methodology in a variety of market environments, which takes stumbling your way through understanding the entire methodology and then diving deeper into the nuance of it, which screen time kind of just forces your hand with. But, you know, difficult, I think I make it as simple as possible, you know? There is a certain level of nuance that has to come with trading, otherwise how the hell do you expect to have any kind of consistent edge long term, right? The nuances is a huge chunk. But, you know, that's why I built the Tomb. There's over 50 hours of video content in there. I add more video every single day. Trading day, at least. Well, let's see if these bulls are too much of babies to give me that, what, 7th leg of the day? Fifth leg of the day? I don't know. However you want to count the legs. There's a lot of them. Yeah, you know, there's new prop firms popping up every single day. There's tons of them. Which I think tells you a lot about the way that this industry is headed in a good way. It's a very good thing. The more props that pop up, the better. The ones people don't like won't stay in business too long. But the ones who, you know, are hungry to make their name big, they're going to push the limits, which we want as traders for them to push the limits, because that makes our job even easier. If they're like, you know what, we can afford to make our margins a little thinner than the most competitive firm right now. Let's do that. That'll be our marketing. We'll just be more attractive than everyone else. It's a race to the bottom. And we're currently in the height of that, which is a really big deal. That's very good for us as traders. All right, bulls. Let's see what you got. The bears take out that low. Oh, man, triggered one of them early. All right, out there. All right, let's watch how 54 closes up. Back to Ninja here. Still looking at that range. Got to be careful. 54, we got 45 seconds out till we close up. And we shall see how the rollover into 55 looks. Testing the 20 EMA as we speak. It's about time we got a bigger bar. Good, good, good. Range so far on this bar, we're sitting in the mid-30s, high 30s. 10 seconds here till the rollover. All right, good. Now, obviously here on the close of 54, got a couple of looks. Let's see if we maintain the soft bull channel, right? This is a range. A lot of trends will end in temporary trading ranges. And then from there, the question now becomes maintenance of the soft bull channel, or if the bears end up curling this sucker and it turns into the curl point of the day, all of a sudden, huge short setups. Huge short setups. So let's see what we end up getting here. LD says, looks heavy. Let's see, man. Let's see. Okay, so ATR is holding on by a thread. We're sitting at 24. All right, bulls. We'll see if the bulls want to take us back up into the single bar sideways range. Then from there comes a big question. Worst case scenario, look, I don't care if we want to curl downside, if we want to continue higher. Worst case scenario is we head right back to the single bar sideways range and range for another hour. We don't want that to happen. Guys, by the way, this week only, Take Profit Trader, best deal, at least in my memory, best deal that they've run, at least in recent times, 50% off, no activation fee, code BIG at Take Profit. You need daily payouts? Big dog, go hit it. And right back up into the range. All right, bar 56. Yep, bulls fading it right back into the range like we discussed. Now let's see if they want to give another shot at 29.5. ATR is still hanging out around 24. Now, if we end up going sideways, by the way, that might kill ATR off into the teens, so we don't want that. I want to see these bulls take this thing up through 29.5, and if we can, return to the soft bull channel. Javaz, when does the Take Profit Trader 50% sale end? This week only. It is this week only. Code BIG. And then when you pass, you'll also not pay an activation fee. They'll activate the pro account for free for you if you use the code when you sign up. All right, 29.5 incoming here. Let's see if we can get another test. Well, I'm getting some work done here in the Lucids, the Take Profit, the My Fun and Futures. Only had one trader on the stream in the Apex accounts. I need more in the Apex accounts, which means I need 29.5 to bust up, go higher. Man, Bears, you want to dump this thing off? Fine, let's just do it. Let's go. ATR sitting at 25, actually creeping back up a little bit. In a retest here. Let's see if the Bulls can take us up through. I'm into 29.5. Come on, you Bulls. This ain't even a fucking S tier level. Who cares about 29.5? Let's go. All right, there's the test. $220 out, by the way. I'll watch 57, 58 for the Apexes. Here, let's get these closed. My Fun and Futures. Booked. Take Profit. Booked. Lucid. Booked. Apex. Give me an entry. Come on now, you goofball Bulls. All right, so I'm flat in every single account now. Which, I mean, come on. Like, that, the lack of dopamine, big dog. I gotta be, what? I gotta have at least, what, 4 or 5 trades on minimum at one time? So let's see. If we can hold. I'm a little concerned giving up 29.5, to be honest with you. So bar 57, that'll be the first bar closing outside of that sideways range. So let's see if we can get a reasonable close. That would very much so be the early trade. I don't mind the early trade here. It's just I gotta understand that counter argument. All right, 40 seconds out. I like the way this is looking. I like it. Okay. 20 seconds out. Get that copy trader engaged. Stop limit buy ready. Please don't pop and take that order. Place him for the rollover. Bulls rollover. Grab it. Grab that guy. Do it to him. Got it. All right. Disgusting. Oh, it's disgusting. If you're not trading RAM, my man, what are you doing? What are you doing, big dog? Full ATR, boom! What was that, about 2 seconds? Get that shit out of here. Close it up. Close it up. There we go. Copy trader flat, all done. All right, flatten all the accounts again. Let's watch 58 close. Gotta be kidding me. It's fucking too easy. You can't have edge as a day trader? Some fucking nerd. You can't have edge in the financial markets. They're too efficient. Okay, buddy. Clearly you're not trading RAM, my man. Mario? What's up? Did you take that? Who took that? Did anybody get long on the close of 57? Nobody. Are we all asleep? All right, let's see how 58 closes up. Good work, guys. Good work. Man, if you have not, take 2 seconds. Hit the like button. Hit the dislike button if you missed that last long. Because I know you're pissed. I appreciate you doing so. Strated says, never hit a full ATR so fast in my life. Sometimes it works that way. I'm on a 5-minute chart. I went too quick, you missed it. You gotta speed up. Hotkeys. Hotkeys. All right, guys. Hey, it's been a tremendous day so far. I gotta go hit lunch, dude. You know I gotta. Your favorite, 1250 on 2 fundeds with that long stay blessed big dog. You're the big dog, my man. We love it. I appreciate you. All right, guys. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hit the like button on the way out. 58, looking nice. I need steak and rice. I'll see you guys tomorrow, my man.